Hello everybody and welcome back to the second episode in the 1v1 with Therodos versus Keejchen. And we have proclamations of prophets, and this should be first episode was pretty long compared to this one. That's my point. It should be fairly short, so let's get to it. Proclamation from Tien, Luxing the Noble shall hereby be known as Schneeente, beverage rider of the... Now here we see the titles then. So beverage rider of the clouds. That seems like air, and then the unsleeping god. I don't know these titles by heart. This seems like air, beverage. Probably a nature thing. Could be water. All right. And for Therodos, I am man-bird, dog, god of wind on the waters, lord of mists, patron of herbalists. Alright. And research in enchantment is completed. We are now going to be working on enchantment level 2. It'll be done... can we get it done this turn? Research here. You get 8 research. Put in here 72. Oh, but then we're not forging the silly... or the damn... black steel plate. Right. Well, we can research with man-bird dog now, and then in the next turn we will only be a little bit away from it, and then what we do is that we will set him on just cast spell when he's expanding, and he should go for personal regeneration on his own. We've got some free spawn units that we see at the very start. Even though I didn't have anyone on Coal Spectres, which I think is notable, we still get a few free spawns, even a sacred one, a Spectral Corride. So that's quite nice. We get free spawns even if we don't call for them. But now we will say Coal Spectres with our Prophet, Chris Lighthawk, the Prophet, Priest level 3. And he's the reanimated priest. There's no indication of exactly how much we get. I feel like we get more than we otherwise would, but yeah, no guarantee. I'm not sure if there's a way to calculate it. But in my test games, this is what I've been doing, and I'm convinced that it gives us extra. It may be a placebo effect. Now we can look a bit about what's around us and how we will beat that. This is a good province for us. Sea trolls, a huge kraken. These units are no match for ghosts. The cool thing about ghosts is the ethereal, and against independents they are super strong, because none of the independents will really have magic attacks. Some of them have priests in their provinces. I know for a fact that this one, I don't think I've ever seen a priest in this group, and if we have a lot of small units, we can easily surround. A sea troll has 1 attack per turn. A huge kraken has a lot of attacks, but they get surrounded by a lot of little ghosties boys, and then they get pulled down pretty quickly, so there won't be an issue. We have hoplites, lingers, and ecdromos. Yeah, they shouldn't be too hard to deal with. This is probably where a place we could send our guard. Only 20 enemy units here with tritons. That's probably some misinformation. There's probably more since we are on max independent strength. Then we have militias, light cavalries, and heavy cavalries. And here we have militias, archers, and heavy infantry. So a lot of easy territories. I don't think there's any one of these that our guard couldn't handle. Maybe these, but ghosts are really good against this, so it shouldn't be an issue. We could even expand this turn with Isimid, and I'm sure they could probably take one of these 2 provinces, but I really want to forge the black steel plate. Next turn we will also have a Hecateride. Not that really matters. We're not going to send her out, I think. Could start recruiting the Corrides. I want to save the gold for an early fort. So yeah, that's the difference between making Hecateride and Melias early on. If we had done a Melia last turn, we could have sent her out and probably claimed this turn territory right now. But I want a Hecateride as early as possible, so back and forth, back and forth. We'll take 1 more turn to prepare, which is not what you usually want to do, but then from that point on we will be exploding relatively quickly. I don't think I mentioned it in the last episode, but I have managed to do in turn 20 in turn 12 After the first year, I had 20 territories in one of my test games, at least the last one. And that's when I felt I was sort of satisfied. Things that can kill Man-Bird Dog. The only thing that I really... where I did the proper thing and remembered all the things, and I still lost him, was against elephants. Because elephants are size 6, and so they can still trample him, despite him being size 5. And they managed to wreck him. I found a group of like 15 elephants in one province. So we gotta watch out for elephants, and then there's no reason to run in against barbarians as his first thing, but he can beat them, at least when we have alteration 2 with stone skin and such. But we will go for the easiest provinces first, of course, and then I don't think there's much else to say. We're still building here, we're still not recruiting here, forging there, calling spectres, researching. Mercenaries. Oh, he has hired mercenaries. Look at that. What do we have? Melkorma's Green Men and Dante's Stingers. Well, I've never recruited mercenaries as this nation, and I'm not gonna. These are way too expensive. Gold is very precious for Therodos, especially early on, because a fort means more ghosts for free, and that's more important than anything else, is getting that economy going, the ghost economy, if you will. But he hired mercenaries on turn 1 and will probably be expanding already. We were debating, we were debating the effects of having maximum independent strength, and we agreed, I think, both that having an expanded pretender and expanding and making some sort of combo that can beat any kind of independent strength is really important. So I'm sure he's expanding with a pretender early on, maybe even, probably not blindly turn 1, but he's probably moving out this turn. We will be moving out next turn, so we shouldn't be far behind. And then I think ghosts are way better at expanding into independence, at least. So we have that going for us, and that's it for this episode. Not much else to say at this point in the game. One thing I would note is that we can cast these. I know I mentioned it already, but we are saving up death gems. I go for 1 E4 because we get that at turn 5, and then we can ramp our ghost production a little bit. But then we're going to start saving up 11 death gems and 11 death gems and 11 death gems, at least until we have 3 philosophers, preferably more. And we'll be side searching early on to make that more of a reality. Maybe even if we get some good astral income, we might go for some alchemizing into a few death gems to get the philosophers earlier, and thus more research earlier on, because that makes the god a lot stronger when we have all these good paths on him. Having high research is really, really strong. More spells for him. And with those words, I don't think I want to say anything else for this turn. We'll make it a quick one, and we'll later on we'll have longer turns, so that should be just fine. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one, and bye-bye.